Everything from overlanding in your stock rig to full-on LS-powered 2 buggies on stickies. This is the Total Off-Road Podcast. I'm your host, Steve.
And I'm Ian, and we are here with episode number 24.
Lucky.
No,
24.
this is just a good number. It's better than luck.
This is Ian's lucky number.
It's a good number in NASCAR. It's all right. Happen to be a fan.
What is on the agenda today? Tell them what they're going to get.
So on this episode, you're gonna get some awesome. I hope you guys blow your nose. I hope you have to blow your nose one time. Like the perfect. Like I swear you have a side gig of like making sound clips of you blowing your nose. It's beautiful, really.
He loves it through the microphone.
It was awesome. Side tangent already. Well, can we start with a side tangent? Is it a tangent if you start with it?
I don't feel like it is.
Okay. Well,
tell them what they're gonna get.
So we're going to talk about some Raptor Liner. So I was thinking about this in the shower earlier when I was taking a shower today, and I was like, we're going to talk about Raptor Liner tonight. And I'm like, out there is, I hope there is at least one person who hears it and like, I don't give a fuck about Raptor like is so over us talking about Raptor Liner, but for some reason keeps coming back every week and is like, I'm back. Oh, damn, they're talking about Raptor Liner. I'm like, sorry.
It's the same shit, new episode.
Same shit, different. We do a little bit every week with Raptor Liner just to talk about Raptor Liner.
This week, if you don't want to hear about it, I got bad news for you because he actually used it.
I did. I said Raptor Liner is done.
To be doing now.
Not done, but it started. So we're going to go into a little detail about that.
Yep.
We're going to talk about some, I want to call it tight budget entry rig.
Okay, cool.
That's how I kind of would describe it in a nutshell.
And we're going to have
special.
What was that chick's name?
Who? Chick? Oh. I was like, well, I don't think we have her on the. Oh, we do. We have a special guest this week who's going to join us for a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the race from last week
at Mid-America.
Yes,
and their upcoming race at Flat Nasty.
We got a guest on. Maybe we have him twice. Maybe he'll actually send us something.
One would hope. Got a couple other questions. I'm gonna try to do. Well, we are gonna try to do this like couple rapid fire kind of questions every week because I think it's neat. I got a couple of them.
Okay, cool. I have. Okay, maybe I can do that with the with my last call topic. Okay. So that's what we got going on. We're gonna run through that. We're gonna do the budget rig. We got Shelby on to talk to us about last week's race, and we're gonna talk about some other cool stuff in here. And obviously, Ian sprayed Raptor Liner for the first time. I saw it in the garage. It is fucking fantastic.
I love it.
I am totally on the bandwagon of let's Raptor Liner the world. Yeah. So let's kick this show off. What do you have that you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about
the first thing you have on this Raptor Liner. Let's not do that.
Let's get it on.
No,
they're going to turn this off quick. First thing we need to talk about is Crawler Off-Road.
Okay, yeah.
That's where I'm going to start.
Let's do that.
We'll give our partners
they have got new swag on the, not swag, but they've got new
merchandise.
Merchandise. That's a good word.
Is that the professional term?
They got new merchandise on their website. And what is it?
It is from Savior. It's their alert LED, like emergency lights. I think they're in a 3-pack. Pretty sure it's a 3-pack.
3-pack?
Yep. They're like here's the best way I can explain it to you. It's like a hockey puck that has LED and like a bounce proof, like protector over it.
Yes. That's essentially what it looked like when I was checking it out.
I want to say I've seen these before and they're magnetic at the bottom. I don't know if these particular ones are because I didn't really look into it much. I just saw them and was like, that would be sick for like changing tire on your trailer.
Oh yeah.
Changing a tire on your trailer or on your, driven rig.
Is a 3-pack. Yeah. It looks like a little orange and white hockey puck with LEDs in it.
Yep.
And it's magnetic.
I've seen some before that are magnetic. I don't know if these are like these particular ones are not, but
does it come in it comes in like a little carry case?
Yep.
And what are these 3 things up here?
Like a cover, maybe?
Or is that like a little thing that you stick to something so it sticks to it?
Oh, like a stick-on magnet?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, folks, we don't know a damn thing about what we're talking about, but it sure is cool. You should go check it out.
I saw the picture and I'm like, I need some of those. They're flashy lights. So who doesn't like flashy lights? If you don't like flashy lights, don't listen to podcasts.
If that's probably true.
I mean,
I'm on that bandwagon. I love lights.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid of the dark. So who,
we got to light up your world. And if it flashes, even more better.
That's what I tell my wife every time she tells me I'm alert or that I'm addicted to lights. You're so addicted to lights. Well, I'm afraid of the dark. So
thanks for being an asshole.
She just kind of looks at me like, whatever.
I want to believe you, but at the same time, I feel like you're fucking with me kind of a thing.
It's got 9 light modes.
So it's like a strobe.
Single blink, double blink, triple blink, alternating blink, rotating, SOS, distress, solid high, solid low, and flashlight.
Dope. Is it magnetic?
I need a set of these. Did you figure out how much they cost?
No.
$35 for a 3-pack.
Okay, I'm ordering some. I'm going to order some.
That's cool.
Done. Sold.
Yep.
I'll be your first customer.
Yep. Like I said, so it says magnetic, attach lights to vehicles without harming your paint. And then it says use included magnetic mounts to attach to non-magnetic surfaces. So that's what they send you 3 little like chips. Like I want to call it a chip, like a poker chip, something like that. That's metal that you can just stick to whatever.
I've seen guys mount them to the top of traffic cones, like tow truck guys. And they'll put, so I always assume they just use some kind of piece of metal, but apparently they come with a thing and they put them down the highway instead of like a road flare. Brilliant. But I'm just thinking like put them in your tow rig for your trailer or, stop and help somebody.
I love it.
Man, dude, it's awesome.
That's super awesome. For
$35 too. Super like awesome. It's not like you have to spend $300 on this thing you use once in a while. It's $35.
And it comes with like a little carry. Like I love the fact that it comes with a little carry case.
Yeah, so it stays all nice and organized.
Yeah, like a little zip. It looks like it zips shut,
like a pouch.
Yeah, it's like
it looks like a pouch. Cool. Little.
Anyway,
so check them out.
CrawlerOffroad.com. Go check those out.
Yep,
you need them in your life.
Also, while you're there, make sure you get some winch ropes, some fair leads, recovery strap, recovery rope. The things. I'm just gonna read off all the products. Okay, we get that they have 364 products, but
shackle,
get one of a
receiver.
I bet there's I bet if you put one of every item in their cart, I bet one of them is gonna call you and be like, "Is this a joke?" And we're gonna give you 10% off or something because you literally just bought one of everything. One of everything.
I think when I first got onto their page, I put everything in the cart. It was everything that I needed, which was almost one of everything.
Yeah.
And it was still
it's not bad.
It was under $600. I think it was under $500.
The best thing is, what? I don't know if they have it turned on, but on our website, on our swag page, if you put stuff in a shopping cart, and then don't buy it, we get an email of saved carts or whatever. So we can you can turn alerts back on with that. And I know there's some companies that you get an email hey, you left something in the cart. Could you imagine getting the notification? Somebody's put one of everything in your product. I'm were they serious about this? Cause I'll call them personally,
just want to know how much it all costs.
Yep. Either way, it's still cheap and affordable, high quality products. So
yep, that's for sure. Next thing is my U-joints from Chris are coming in. But UPS failed, and so they're not here yet.
Well, that's UPS for you.
But my blue Spicer U-joints.
So what do you mean by blue?
Oh, they're blue.
Oh, I know you already said bikini blue, and there we go, folks. I said it first, so now you can all not say it. Is that how that works?
I don't think so, but you can try it.
Well, it's my show. I'll make up the rules, right?
So the Spicer sells a blue-coated U-joint, so the center is blue-coated.
Is that PVC stuff that's on a slip shaft? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's something like that, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a protector, but hard as hell to get off.
So I ordered 2 new U-joints for my Superior chromo shafts up front. Nice. Because they were kind of getting shitty.
What size shafts or joints do those take? Do you know? I'm just curious.
It's like a 1350, but it's smaller. So the caps I think are 1350, but the cross is more compact.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just was curious.
Yeah. That's what I think it is. When I was talking to Chris about it, there's a thing, whatever it is, but it has a number. I think it's a 760X.
That sounds familiar to something. Mm-hmm. I want to say a Chevy is somewhere around the three, it's a 700 something. X
750X.
Yeah, it's that's their axle series or something. I don't know.
And that's what I ordered.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. So you're getting those in. Where else you at? You got some stuff taken apart still, or
nope? Didn't do a damn thing last weekend except for make money.
Well, I mean,
while everybody else was out having fun, I was polishing a Peterbilt.
Well, I worked on the Saturday of Memorial Day, so I feel you a little bit there.
I did not work on Saturday. I went and got flowers, like $100 worth. Yeah.
That doesn't sound fun.
Gonna dress the house up a little bit.
Dude, it's like that season.
Oh, yeah.
Paint the flower pots, put the flowers in, like, oh. And like, I want to bitch about it because like, I don't give a shit what color the flower pots are. But I really kind of do. Like, I want it to look good, but I just don't want to fuck with it. And luckily, like, she takes care of everything. Like, God bless the woman, right? She only asked me to do, like, paint the flower pots, help with this, that, and the other. So I'm like, oh, yeah, no problem. But it's just like, oh, you got to paint the flower pots. And then you're like, yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
It's like annoying chore. It's like mowing the yard. I hate mowing the yard, but it looks so good when it's done.
Yeah, that's a fact. I love it. I don't know. I kind of like it's like a break for me.
Well, go push mow it, and then we'll have a conversation.
Oh no, that's why I bought a zero turn.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Zero turn is like you just sit back. It's like
it's relaxing. Yeah. I'm fat. I'm not built for walking.
It was relaxing. Yesterday, I was on there doing some stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, this is gonna be great. I want to turn on a podcast." And this week's been busy as hell. Like I polished on Monday, like on Saturday, I polished on Sunday, Either way. I was polishing, and then Tuesday, my day went to hell in a handbag, and I was like rushing around all day trying to do stuff. I just didn't get a chance to listen to Mike and Max's.
Yep.
I'm like, I got to listen to this week's episode. I turned it on. I flip open my phone, go to my app, click on it. I'm like, did that say 17 seconds?
Huh.
I clicked the play button, and sure enough, Mike's like, hey, guys, no episode this week because of Memorial Day. We're going to take a time to honor our vets or honor our fallen, and so no episode this week. I was like,
what do I do with my hands now? The problem is I've been the opposite. I've been like, I don't know. I just like didn't podcast for like a week or two. I don't know why. I was doing stuff in the garage. And I don't know if I just turned music on or whatever, or did TV or something.
So you had lots of.
So I had like 4 or 5 episodes. So I'm like catching up on a couple podcasts, and I'm like, holy crap! How have I gone 3 weeks without listening to this stuff?
Oh man,
it's horrible.
It's awesome.
It's good content.
All right. Now that we've given the listeners something good to listen to for a minute.
Raptor.
Okay. Tell them the good news.
Raptor Liner happened. Finally.
It did.
Here's the big changer. Because I think last time, I don't even think I told you this until you got here tonight.
Yeah. You didn't tell me much about it at all.
I was 100% set on HVLP gun.
Yes, you were.
For application of the Raptor.
Right.
Changed that last minute.
So did you end up buying the adjustable gun?
Yep.
You did?
Yep.
For $60?
It was like 75
shipped. You split it?
Yeah.
Do we need to split it?
I don't care. I'm going to spray everything with Raptor, so good luck getting it out of my hands.
Well, good. I'll just bring Loki over and just drop it off.
Roll her in there. It's kind of fun to apply. I'm not going to lie. It's like spray painting on steroids kind of a thing.
Really? I know that the finish you put down looked good.
I'm blown away. Like I had high hopes for it because I've never done so much paint. I hate paint and body stuff for one. But it's so nice.
Tell them what you told me about the black.
So this is where, oh man, there's so much to talk about. We got a whole episode on this.
You can definitely do a whole episode, but we're just going to kind of breeze. We're just going to breeze across it because you're going to paint the rest of it.
Yep.
And then once you get the rest of it painted, we'll kind of revisit it. And then you can tell them like your full on afterthoughts. We can brush on it with some stuff. Like you got those test panels. We can go out there with a wire brush and kind of get rash on it and see what those do. And
yep.
Yeah.
So Cliff Notes. I ditched the HVLP gun because I used my HVLP gun to shoot my epoxy primer. Ooh. And the best part is that's just a 1-to-1. So you just literally half product, half or catalyst or whatever it was, activator. Put it in, spray it. And I'm like, holy shit, I forgot how messy this is. Like, I hate cleaning this thing. Like, God bless body people, like godsend. So I'm like, the last thing I want to do is have to reduce it, mix paint, do this, all this crap, and then make different cups and clean this shit. So I'm like, you know what? For future purposes, touch up would be easier with just to mix it in the bottle, shake it, and go. Cool. So that's what I did. So I ordered the gun, the adjustable gun. I did a test spray with the black kit, not the tintable, the black kit. And I did it at 80 PSI. They do not recommend shooting it that high. I think it's from like the 40 to 60, but I shot it at 80. Then did a couple different spray patterns because it's all based on turns of the nozzle to change your spray pattern. So I did it at a 2, 4, and a 6 turns out. Did 1 coat on the left, 2 coats on the right. That way we could all kind of sit back because I'm like, I'm not the only one that wants to like touch some differences and stuff because I'm still learning it. Then I decided on 2 turns out, 80 PSI, sprayed the black. I did the inside of the cab, the dash, under the dash, inside of the firewall, floor, and front of the firewall, top of the dash, all with 2 bottles. Like you get quite a bit more coverage than I probably thought you would.
Yeah.
And it only took maybe about 10 to 12 minutes once you mix it to spray a bottle.
Wow.
Yeah.
You sprayed all that out in like 10 or 12 minutes?
Yeah. I mean, it's literally like spray painting on steroids. It's very forgiving to spray on. Nice. But it was fun. And then I got some colored paint. That was a pain in the ass.
Yes.
But I got it and it looks good.
It does.
In story. I'll save you a 1 hour story. I spent 1 hour in the paint store to get that, but
you told me you were going to tell me about it on the podcast.
All right. Well, if you told me I needed cliff notes, so you make the call.
You got 5 minutes to wrap up an hour.
What happened was we go to the paint store. I got my paint coat. I want to paint. It used to be Skyjack orange.
Okay. That's what the color was. Okay.
We get Lawson Products. It's like a Fastenal or whoever, like a industrial supplier. Yeah. So that's who does our shop with paint, bolts. I mean, zip ties, all
which is awesome. If you've never used anything Lawson,
they're good stuff.
You're missing out on life because everything Lawson makes is just top notch and it costs top notch. It's like buying tools off of the tool truck. Like they're all high quality stuff.
Here's the caveat to that.
They don't fail.
We, United Rentals, does corporate with them because they do every one of our stores.
Yes.
There's like 800 stores. So our discount is stupid.
I would imagine.
We bought a strap a while back that I fucked up using improperly. It is a synthetic overhead rated lifting strap. It is rated to lift 42,000 pounds in a basket.
Jesus.
Like overhead. It's 10 foot long. I think it's 10 foot, and that fucking thing is massive.
4 foot thick or 4 inches thick.
It's like round. It's like round. The synthetic rope with the sleeve on the outside, and then it's got the protective ends on the 2 ends.
How big around is it?
3 inches, 3-4 inches. Yeah,
it's huge.
It's massive. So what I'll use it for is I'll go to a shackle or the lifting hook on like a forklift, and then 2 closes down. And we were lifting it's a 12,000 pound capacity machine, which weighs like 32,000. And we had the ass end hanging up in the air from another 12,000 pound forklift. So I don't really know what you were lifting, but it was like, holy shit. So we had it rigged wrong and cut the strap a little bit. So the boss is like, get rid of that, get another one. And I'm
you were like,
dude, this thing's going to be bag. But it was pretty cut.
Oh,
I threw it away. That's how bad it was.
Sad.
And he's like, why is that? I'm like, yeah, it's cut. Sorry. And he's like, just get another one. I said, dude, you know, this thing's going to be like a fucking $1,000 or something like this. I don't know what the first one cost, but I was like, that fucking thing's expensive. He's like, I don't care. Get another one. And I was like, okay. Yeah. So I told our rep when she comes in, I was like, give me one of these, but call me on the price first. She calls me on the price and it's like sub $200.
What?
And she's like, your guys' discount is legit. So I mean, if I wanted
it's an $800 rope for anybody off the street.
I'm like, wow.
Jesus.
So we get the same. We basically pay 10% over costs on all those products if we want to buy them.
Yeah.
Which is great. So their spray paint, which is we stock their full line of equipment paint because we touch stuff up and it's fucking pretty good paint. That's what I painted it first with. So I wanted that color. So how do I get that color? Well, they don't give me their paint code because fuck off. I call the manufacturer and I get their paint code from the manufacturer. Skyjack, pretty big company. They shoot me the paint code to this and it's a Valspar, like technical data sheet. And there's a whole bunch of shit that I'm like, I don't know what fucking this means, but I'm hoping the guy at the paint store does. So I go in, I'm like so excited because I'm like, got the paint code. I'm like,
Yeah, I got
couple
something.
buttons, run my card, and let's get the fuck out of here, right?
Yeah,
Should be simple, right? He goes, ooh, I don't know. And he starts punching some numbers in. I'm like, bro, like, just hit the make paint button. This is button. Like, I don't do automotive paint, so this is all new to me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. Because I'm telling him, I'm like, I got this Raptor. I'm like that guy that shows up with like the pamphlet, the directions. And I'm like, this is what it says that I need. Here's my notes that this is what I'm telling you that I need. Like, I know more than you do, but I really don't know shit.
Yes.
And so he's like, well, the problem is we're not a Valspar dealer. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. Just fucking punch the code in.
Like cross-reference this shit and call it a day.
Like I do that with filters and stuff all the time. So I'm like, bro, come on. Like I don't need Valspar paint. I just need that number, like one of those numbers, right? It's apparently not that easy.
No.
From what I've learned. I sat in the store for over an hour total.
So how did he end up coming up with? But he ended up getting you.
So that's how it worked.
Yeah.
So that was the first clusterfuck. Now the cliff notes of the long pause. There was so then I left because he's like, I can't do anything with this Valspar number. You're going to have to bring me something so I can scan it. I said, perfect. I'll go, I'll find something. So we go back. We actually call Sherwin-Williams, who owns Valspar. And they're like, yeah, we don't do automotive paint. And I'm like, what? And it's like an hour to the nearest automotive Sherwin-Williams. And I'm like, thanks for fucking nothing.
We don't do automotive paint. What?
They're like a fucking paint store that only does like home paint.
Yeah, right.
So
the store you called.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the one here in town.
I got you.
There's no
Ace or whatever.
No, it's fucking Sherwin-Williams.
We have a Sherwin-Williams?
Yeah.
Didn't even know.
Yeah. So, but they don't do our automotive paint. So fuck off. If you want to paint your house, we're great. You want to paint your car? No, we don't do that here.
Yeah. I want to paint my house this color orange. Why don't you give me the paint code?
Can you put that in yeah. So I go back. I have my diff cover, my crane diff covers.
Yes.
And I took one of those in because I'm like, I painted this like 3 days ago. I took my time. It's like minty, fresh, dry paint. So I slapped this fucking like heavy as hell diff cover on the counter. And she's like, ooh, I don't know if we can scan that because it's a little rough. And I'm like, damn it. Like, this is perfect paint matching scannable, right? I
can't win.
So there's a PPG rep that was in the store at the time. And he's like, oh, I don't know, this, that, and the other. And he's like, well, you said you got the Valspar number. I'm like, yeah, but apparently that's worthless. And he calls up somebody at PPG, gets some number off of some other shit, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So then they start talking. He
had the power.
Yeah, he did.
He could cross-reference it.
PPG called PPG, essentially, is what happened here.
Well, look, I got a guy in here who wants a Sherwin-Williams paint.
Yeah, this dumbass got Valspar. So we go through, fuck around. They're talking about some different types of paint that I can get. I'm like, you're speaking fucking Chinese to me, dude. I don't know. I said, I don't know shit about this. I said, literally, this is what it's telling me I need. I don't fucking know. So I said, everything on the internet, I've seen Shopline, some other shit that I don't recognize the can, don't know. So they try to give me a $278 quart of paint.
Ouch.
And I said, So I said, I'm going to be honest here. I about fell off the stool. And I was like, I've never bought a quart of like professional automotive paint before, but that seems really fucking expensive. She's like, well, it's our top line. Of course, the PPG rep standing right there. And he's like, well, you're going to get good color coverage. And I'm like, all right, listen, bud, I'm going to fucking shoot this thing with some bed liner. I'm going to go beat the fuck out of it on some rocks. Probably going to have to touch it up before the color fades a little bit. Just my thought here. And I said, well, I mean, if that's my option, I said, it is what it is at this point. I'm committed. So, but I said, I really like to, be a little bit cheaper than that. And they're like, blah, 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 paint stuff. And then they go with the different stuff. And then,
stuff.
They were talking back and forth. And I was like, I was staring at the wall. I'm like, oh, the wall's a nice color.
Oh, it's the cheapest rental can you got there in the back, bud. Cut the top off that fucker, pour it in a quart and give it to me.
Pour it in a bucket and I'll take the fucking bucket. I didn't even put a lid on it. So I end up getting some other, I think it's just Shopline base coat with no binder, which is what I thought I wanted originally. I'm not a professional, so whatever. So then he gave me the option to add an activator to this base coat. And he's like, it's going to be a little harder, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, it sounds like the way to go. My problem is I mix it in the bottle. Because at that point, I'm not HVLP. And so I said, I don't want to fuck with that. So he's like, all right, well, I just, like to give you the options. Perfect. Appreciate it. So I end up getting the paint. She goes back, mixes the paint, to mix the paint, like a little test sample to test on this diff cover, because we can't scan it because it's rough, apparently. Comes back and goes, well, the red that's in that mix is discontinued.
What the red?
The red is in whatever mix ratio they came up with was discontinued. And I'm like, well, last time I checked, red's still a color, so fucking make it happen. And I'm like, I'm one of those people.
Have you got any reds back there?
Yeah, I know there's like 9,000 reds, but I'm like, okay, there's got to be one pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
So just fucking wing it.
Find the variant and ship it.
So then they had to fuck around on the computer a little bit longer.
Jesus.
Then we come back with another red with a different mix, blah, 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 blah. She goes back, mixes up an ounce, comes back. I'm like, yeah, it looks pretty close. I'll get put it in the can.
Yeah, I've been here long enough.
Yep,
it's orange. Good job.
Yep. So it was like, I ended up like $78 after tax or something like that for a quart of paint. It looks fucking tits though.
It does.
Like all of that. And I'm like, the worst part is I got back to the shop. I put a little bit on the cap and then I let it dry.
Yeah.
And then I come home and I'm like, that looks red to me.
Oh.
And then my wife comes home and I said, well, I give her this whole story. And then I was like, what do you think of the color? And I like show it to her and she's like, oh, it looks red. And I said, well, that's what I'm looking for here because I think it looks like shit. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck happened because when I put it on the can, it looks orange. When you open the can, it looks orange. Now it looks red. Don't understand.
Dried and it looked red?
Yep.
Yeah.
So then we do the whole mind fuck, like look at it in the sunlight, in the dark. It goes from red to orange. You put something red next to it, it like becomes orange. And I'm like, what the fuck? You put it up next to the orange fender. Yeah. Looks great. Huh. So I'm finally like, well, my only option is to put it in the bottle and fucking spray it.
And it will.
So I mixed one bottle up and then I let it dry. And I mean, it matched. I think it's great, but I think it looks good. But the whole thing we've established tonight is if you're going to use the paint and tint it,
yes,
you're going to get a different finish than like the standard black kit.
Yes.
Because the standard finish black kit, and I'll give my thoughts and you can chime in. I think it has a flat look to it.
Yes.
Like
it's
finish
more of
wise.
Eggshell, not even eggshell. It's flatter than
I think it's pretty flat.
Yeah.
Like I would call that a flat black.
And I wonder,
I don't think it's bad, but if I put that on the outside of my vehicle and wanted a glossy or some kind of, because Raptor Liner is kind of advertised as a semi-gloss,
right?
From the research that I've done.
Even the heavy coats of black that you put down, like real,
it just looks like heavy flat black to me.
Yeah, it's not even like a satin at maybe at best.
Ooh, yeah,
and that's heavy.
Yeah. So my opinion is if I was going to spray a black, now of course I used it on the interior and the dash, and I don't really give a shit. But if you were going to spray the exterior of your vehicle and you wanted it black, use the tintable kit and tint it black.
Yes.
Because the orange has a really nice, I would say it's a high semi-gloss finish. Like I'm actually a little surprised it's as glossy as it is, but I don't hate it. It also kind of has a little bit smoother of a texture. The texture looks the same to me visually, but when you touch it, the orange is definitely like slicker.
Slicker, yeah.
And it's got to be something in the tintable kit with the binders and all this crap that they do to make it be able to take that base coat tint.
Just gives it a more of a gloss look.
Yeah.
A little bit more. It's not like it's a high gloss.
No, I would say it's about it's a good semi-gloss, which is what everybody on the interwebs has said it was being. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're like, oh, I'm just going to paint my truck black, I would use the tintable kit to paint it black. That's all I'm saying. So otherwise, I'm going to finish it up hopefully next week. I'm busy this weekend, so we're going to do some fishing and some camping in a RV.
Oh, that's right.
Because I don't camp in tents.
You literally told me you were going like that. You were like, oh, she's going camping. Like you guys were saying you wanted worms. You're like, oh, going camping.
Yeah.
I completely forgot the fact that you said you were going camping. Yep.
So I'm not going to do anything on the truck this weekend, but next week I will be spraying more Raptor Liner. Hopefully the cab should be done. It's pretty close as it is now. I need to do a little bit of back masking and fix a little whoopsie-doosy overspray. But that shit smells so fucking bad.
Does it?
Yeah.
I stuck my face down in that bottle. It was pretty powerful.
It's not like, oh, it smells like a fart or something nasty. It's just like
solventy.
You get a high fucking solvent or a solvent.
You should shoot it in a well-ventilated area.
Well, here's my problem. You saw my little makeshift
That's
paint
not
booth.
Ventilated, period.
Dude, it was fucking horrible.
It sounds terrible.
Yeah. But lesson learned. So I'm going to do a video with some final like updates and info a little bit farther in depth because I'm I'm tired of talking about it, but yeah, I feel like without a little visual, it's
we should definitely do a video
and
then post on the YouTube channel.
Yep. So that's my plan. So that's about all you're going to hear for Raptor Liner for me for a while, other than like I finished Raptor Liner,
and then Loki. I'll get Loki.
Let's do it
eventually. Okay, let's call.
We're going to call up some person.
Yeah, call her up.
Call her.
Hit that button.
Hit that dial button. I suppose I probably could have had it like queued up and shit.
Well, that would have helped. Seamless things.
I was ready.
I guess I could edit it. I'll see. I'll think about it.
I wouldn't edit it. Fuck them.
It'd make for a better show, but I think the rawness of this show is nice. Oh man, how loud do you make that? Who is this?
No, this is Leroy.
Leroy Jethro Gibbs.
So I thought you were going to say it was Shelby. And I was going to say she sounds hideous.
She is ugly.
Well, she is a guy, so yeah.
Are you wearing khakis?
Actually, I am.
Could have planned that shit any better.
No kidding.
All right, Shelby, how's life treating you?
Man, it's treating me pretty good. With everything going on in the world today, we're not going to get in all that bullshit, but world's treating me pretty good. I'm working every day. I'm blessed to, still be here. So I'd say it's going pretty good.
Awesome.
It's not going good.
The dime piece buggy.
Well, no, it's actually, we just spent a few minutes talking about how I've made an awesome amount of progress this week.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah. What's not going well?
Steve's about to tell you. He can't wait to tell you. Go ahead and tell him.
I've still yet to see that package.
Are you shitting me?
No, we're like dead serious, like 100% serial.
Unless Ian's over here playing a really good practical joke.
No, there's nobody had a package. There was like 3 people on vacation, and nobody else said they saw a package.
It was shipped in a PRP box, and it was the last 2 stickers I had. Jeez. And then something else.
So just to clear this up, you sent us a care package that apparently was shipped with tracking number and confirmation of delivery, and we have no package.
And it never got delivered.
Correct.
Huh?
Somebody swiped a PRP box and was really disappointed when they got a couple of
because it wouldn't stickers. Would it have fit in a mailbox?
No,
So they wouldn't have put it in the mailbox.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like somebody swiped a package at your work.
I bet Bill. Because Bill doesn't deliver my mail at work, but dun. Maybe he has. Yeah, he's got to have friends. Connections. He's got to have friends at the post office, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Bill wants his PRP shit." Yep.
We'll just blame it on Biden. How about that?
That works for me.
Blame it on Biden. So, don't worry about it. Biden will blame it on himself.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Exactly. So, are you going to get us a new sticker then, or like, what's the plan here?
Check with Bill.
Check with Bill.
I'll see if I can't get some more stickers made because it was literally the last 2 that I had.
Wow, that's depressing.
I had such a good episode planned for when those showed up.
Oh my God!
Please
tell me this is going to make the cut.
Oh, this is making the cut because this is real world. Like the people are now invested in the in the stickerdom.
They've literally listened to us bitch about it for what, 8 weeks?
Long time.
Something stupid.
Yep.
Yeah, at least 8 to 10 weeks. Yeah.
And now we are being told apparently that we got some stickers.
So last time I checked, we didn't have you on here to talk about your stickers, your not stickers you didn't send us.
I have one more thing to say about this before we move on. Like the last word.
Uh-huh.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah. Oh, fuck
Did
you.
You just jerk yourself.
Oh, what a fucking fuck.
Did you just shart yourself?
No, this fucking asshole just played a really good practical joke.
He had the box the whole fucking time.
He had the fucking box the whole time.
It came in a PRP belt box, had the PRP mounting instructions, couple t-shirts, some big ass stickers. Steve's losing his mind. Gotcha, bitches. You're welcome.
You fucking cockrag.
And just as I anticipated, Shelby was so fed up with us bitching about stickers, he sent a sticker that says, "Quit your bitching."
Yep. You're damn right.
Oh, man. I'm glad you actually got them. I've been stressing about this shit all week.
How in the fuck we going to put that on the damn thing?
I'm going to put it on the side of my pickup.
Quit your bitching.
Yeah, like right on the door. It's like my NASCAR number right on the door. Like, get you some.
Oh,
hey, you can't be a pussy your whole life.
Damn right. Right foot to the floor and have a nice day. Thanks for coming.
So who got the package?
I got the package.
No, you intercepted the package.
I took the package from the fucking post guy personally, opened it, and went, what the fuck did I order from PRP? I'm like, I don't think I ordered. Maybe I was drunk and ordered something from PRP. They do make nice harnesses. And then I was like, oh, damn. I mean, I was excited. But it's not no PRP harnesses. So I was like, I didn't order those.
I got to open this shirt under the table.
Just open it.
Extra.
I did not open the shirts, though.
Yeah,
I'll let you open your shirt. That way it's not like
I can't see.
Corona infested.
Is yours different?
It's bigger.
Yours is different.
It's fatter.
Oh, what the hell?
Well,
the 2X shirt got better print on it.
You got to get fat to be good. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, so. Well, look at that. Like yours is like purple and stuff, and mine's like black and purple.
You're skinny, so thanks.
Skinny guys get under your shirts. It's fine.
Hey,
fat guys get all the love.
Quit your bitching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, quit your bitching.
You got a free fucking shirt. Quit your bitching.
No kidding. I love it.
What's this Voodoo Child buggy?
Yeah, I never heard of her.
It's a piece of shit that got sold.
We've hit the soft spot.
Let's hope that guy's not listening.
Yeah. He's paid for it. We can call it all kinds of stuff.
It is 100% paid for, yes.
Now that I just totally derailed your whole train of thought on that.
If you are listening to this podcast and you love the fact that we just got our stickers from Shelby and you no longer have to listen to us bitching about stickers from Shelby, leave us a review.
Yep.
Send us an email.
That makes me want to question, what are y'all going to bitch about now?
Oh, I'll find something. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
And you'll probably find something to bitch about on me, but hey, that's cool, man.
We're from the Midwest. We're going to bitch about something.
We live in Illinois. We are pretty much bred to bitch. So
true. You do live in Obama state.
I like that. Bred to bitch.
Bred to bitch. Proud. And then they give me the internet and it's like a bitch, like field of bitching. You know what I mean? It's great.
Oh man.
All right. So here's the real reason we have you on here. There was a race.
It happened.
Yes, there was. Mid-America. Mid-America Outdoors down in Jay, Oklahoma, or up in Jay, Oklahoma, if you're in Texas like I am. They called me, let's see, we raced Sunday night, before Memorial Day. So they'd called me the Friday before that. I'm not sure the date. I had about 8 days to put this thing together. But the park owner and his marketing director called me, and it was, I don't know, 7:30 in the night. They said, hey, we want to have a bouncer race next weekend. Can you get guys here? I'm like, sure. Well, why the hell not? Yep. How much money are you going to give me? And they put up $5,000 for me to distribute however I wanted, throughout the event there. And it was 100% payback, no entry fee for the racer, no fee to get into the gate as well, which Mid-America never does. But they really, really wanted racers there. So, I'll make a quick little Facebook post, tag a few people, and I'm thinking, hey, if I can get 5 or 6 guys, I mean, this is a week's notice. Cool, I'll take 5 or 6.
Uh-huh. How'd that work out for you?
Pretty good. We ended up having, I believe, 12 racers actually show up. I had a few that backed out the last minute due to, like, Larry Krogh. He broke a bypass shock. One guy, actually the guy that bought my buggy, Justin, was supposed to have come in from North Carolina. He couldn't make it. Then a guy down here that just no, it didn't break. He had work.
He sent us stickers. You can't give him shit for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quit your bitching.
All it does is promote his fucking race program. Damn it.
He doesn't have a race program because he doesn't have a race buggy.
He's a race.
I raced to drink cold beer is what I raced to.
Damn.
Anyway, they gave me some money to throw towards the racers, and I put it up. It's like, hey guys, $5,000 on the line, $2,500, $1,500, and $1,000. First, second, third, and I had a lot of UTV interest originally, and I was going to just put them in the same class as the bouncers. Well, I ended up having about, I think, 6 UTV racers show up. And Mid-America said, "Hey, I'll throw an extra $1,500 to the UTV. Nice. You figure it out." I said, "All right, cool. $1,500, winner takes all for UTV."
Hell yeah.
And I mean, drivers started coming. It's like, hell yeah, I'm in. And like I said, we had about 6 people show up. Timmy Cameron obviously was a late sign up. I believe he texted me Friday night. It was either Thursday night or Friday night right before the race. And he said, "Hey, I'm coming." I'm like, "All right, cool. I guess you just took a $4,000 payday."
No kidding. It's like signs his own check. Yeah.
I'm coming. Well, I guess if you know the money's going to be there.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, this is Timmy Cameron we're talking about, right? So he,
everybody else is just like, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm really glad he signed up last minute, because that did get a few more racers there. Like, hey, I got a legitimate shot here. Mm-hmm. And, it was cool. I mean, we had some really, really big names out there. I mean, we had Ryan Boyd, Jake Pike, Derek West, Shane Christian showed up in Gold Rush. I mean, he was the first bouncer racer there. Of course, Timmy. And then we had a couple of local guys. And then Jess Reed came down out of Kansas. Ironically, he drives the Dorothy buggy with the ruby red slippers on the side of the door.
Nice.
So, I mean, we had a pretty good race. And, of course, Timmy won both classes, put down a smoking time on UTV. I think his UTV time was actually faster than his bouncer time. I can go back and look real quick.
Wow.
But, I mean, on Hill 1 and the bouncer, he put down a 49.672. And I'm sorry, on UTV Hill 1, he put down a 51.380. So, I mean, really, really fast times. And I thought for sure that the second hill was going to be about a minute and a half for the fastest time. And Timmy ended up doing Hill 2 and his bouncer in 69 seconds, wow. Which it was a long course that we set up. Hill 1 and Hill 2, the only difference was Hill 2, you had a second downhill and a second uphill section. And the downhill was damn near a straight up and down wall. And I was real curious to see how it was going to work out, but nobody rolled right there. I think we had 2 rollovers. One guy, Brendan Jones, he passed the turn on Hill 1 and backed up and put it in the ditch and literally put it on a slid. And then we had another racer roll over on Hill 1 going up the V-Rock. I cannot remember who that was. But it was a very, very good event, very safe, no injuries, no major issues. Shane Christian had a few mechanical issues, nothing major. DC Thompson, in typical DC Thompson fashion, he broke the entire front left off of his UTV. So it was a good time, man. I mean, it was stressful as all get out for me. I've never promoted a race. I've never run a race. I've never done everything start to finish. But I know one thing, I'm looking forward to doing it again. And the next one I'm going to do is going to be even bigger. And if we can make this work the way I want it to work, we're going to have close to $200,000 on the line.
So you realize that is going to push me into a corner of going, fuck it, honey, we're selling the house, we're building a bouncer.
Yes, I understand
I'm
that.
going to probably need a couch to sleep on then.
That's cool. I mean, I got 3 extra bedrooms. 2 of them have beds. I got a camper. I got a shop and I got another shop. So there's plenty of rooms for you to sleep.
The only downside is I'm going to have to pay her like half of the house though when she leaves me, probably.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you sell the dime piece.
We actually were talking about that the other day. And I said, well, you need to start, paying for your half of this buggy now that we're married. And,
how'd that go over for you?
Yeah, well, basically, I was informed that if said divorce was ever a legitimate topic, that I would be taking the entire buggy because she wants no part of that. So I don't think that's a compliment. I feel like that's like I don't want your junk. Thanks.
Basically, what she said is that it's useless. It's not worth anything.
She'd have to get a trailer and winch it on the trailer. It's not like you could drive it away. Yeah. Well, half is not much. You know what I mean?
Half, it's half a buggy, so you get half of that.
I mean, if we're going off of your track record, it's like 2 years from running and driving under its own power.
Well, the problem is it's going to look good because right now we're doing paint. So, that's the important thing.
I'm so ready.
But is it paint or is it Raptor Liner?
It is Raptor Liner.
We've already met our quota for that today.
Yeah, I used kind of like we were on, Steve's on a 1 bikini blue. per episode. I'm on like a 5-minute limit on Raptor that I went like 15 minutes on this episode. So.
I told him to keep it short at 5 minutes. I think he kept it short at like 12.
Yeah.
So, and that was
that's normal.
Yeah, it's.
But hey, Ian, I do got some news for you. The new wrap on my buggy is going to be bikini blue.
God damn it!
God, come the fuck on.
If I needed another reason to dislike you, I'll be damned. I'll be damned.
You know what pisses me off?
The best part is you're upset because he stole your thunder, and I'm upset because he said the word bikini blue. So I don't know. Nobody really, and Shelby's upset because his shit's going to be bikini blue, which nobody likes. Nobody wants bikini. It's not a color.
You really going to do your panels in that?
No, I just had to get a little shameless plug in there.
I just had to trigger Ian. Yeah, that's great. Let's do more of that.
Yeah, I like it.
Damn people, anyway.
Yeah, I'm not real sure what color I'm going with, but obviously with it being new owner on this former We Rock car, I've got to change up the look a little bit. I pulled the 40-inch Pro Comp stickies off and the Pro Comp wheels and put on a set of Visions with 40-inch trips.
I pulled
the panels off today and got to start mounting the new ones.
What color do we need to make Shelby's rig? What color does, like, when you think of Shelby, outside of purple and green, because that's been done.
Yep.
Unless he's going to call it the Joker. I guess you could pull that again.
Mm-hmm.
What color?
Orange.
No.
Oh, I didn't know.
And here's why it's not going to be.
Don't listen to him.
Here's why it's not going to be orange. And it's probably going to end up being purple and gold if I have my way. Because one, I'm a Louisiana boy and I'm an LSU guy.
Well, there's that.
Never heard
Two, we spanked Clemson's ass this year. Three, it's going to have a 4-digit number, which is 42-25, which happened to be the final score of the LSU Clemson National Championship game.
Oh, boy. Uh-huh.
So I'll just say this. Go Tigers.
I wish I knew something about like single ball sports, then I could like trigger you with something, but I just don't know enough to be like, oh, but then there's this team.
Roll Tide.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Hey, if you want to trigger me, you can trigger me with anything Alabama. Yes. Fuck
Roll Tide.
That's all I gotta say is I'm gonna show up in like an Alabama shirt.
So you're gonna paint it like maroon and white, right?
Absolutely not.
He just hang up on us. I'll be damned.
And now we have it.
He gone.
Remember what you were asking about earlier, what we're going to bitch about now?
Yeah, that's it.
Found it.
There it is.
So I'm excited because I think, and I might be wrong, but the Mid-America race was one of the first, like, I don't want to call it like off-road races, but like one of the first off-road races, I guess, that there was since the whole world has gone to shit, if I'm not mistaken.
It was actually the second. Renegade had put on a race a few weeks prior at AOP.
I do kind of remember hearing something about that.
I'm not sure what their turnout was for Bouncer and UTV. That was kind of a weird time in my life because I was slammed trying to sell a buggy and buy another buggy. I mean, it was a stressful time in my life. I don't want to revisit that. But, they did have an event, over there in Eastern Tennessee, which turned out to be, I'm assuming, a pretty good event. I know Kevin Taylor, who is one of the owners of Outlaw, he went over and ran the endurance race and ended up finishing second. He could have won the damn thing if he didn't melt his motor down, but he still finished second.
I do remember seeing a post where he was over there repping for Outlaw. So, okay, I do remember that now.
Yeah, so, I mean, but it was more of a endurance race.
Okay.
Is what that one was really dubbed for. And again, I'm not a promoter. I don't have any desire, aspirations to become a promoter. I love working for Outlaw. I love wheeling. But I had an absolute blast putting it on, and any chance I can get to go to Mid-America, I'm going to go to, because it is the nicest off-road park in North America. And I will fight anybody tooth and nail to the death that wants to disagree with me on that.
I feel like I need to attend a event there now.
Well, guess what? Our finals are going to be there Labor Day weekend.
I'm going to say, I thought that's where finals was this year. Speaking of events that I am going to, I have committed myself to going to the next event for you guys at Flat Nasty.
Flat Nasty coming up, I believe it's June 27th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, that's what I have on my notes here.
Yep, that's our next race. It's 29 days away. Matter of fact, I made a post about it yesterday, being 30 days away. on the Outlaw page. But yeah, we're 29 days away. We're about to put up the driver sign up list probably next week for that. Flat Nasty is a great park. I love it up there. You have zero cell phone signal whatsoever unless you're at the very, very, very top of the hill, and then you got to hold your mouth right to get it. Last year was the grudge race, the meme war grudge race, I guess you could call it, between me and Carnage Racing.
Yep.
If y'all remember that little debacle that we went back and forth on about 45 days worth. It's also where I poked a hole in my transmission about the size of Ian's head.
Oh, boy. That's a big hole, too. I ain't gonna lie. I got a lot of info up there.
That was a big hole, yes. And I actually felt like a NASCAR driver. I got to fly into that last year. I was working in New Mexico, and Heath Day actually pulled my junk up there. I flew in. D-Pat picked me up. Speaking of which, shout out for D-Pat, Dylan Patton with D-Pat Photography, one of the best photographers out there in the off-road industry. He picked me up at the airport. We drove down to Flat Nasty. I raced on Saturday. We went straight back to his house. I grabbed a shower and nap and got right back on a plane the next day. So that was a very, very short weekend for me, and I didn't really get to enjoy the park. But I plan on getting to enjoy the park this coming race, just because I'll have my rig up there, I'll have my camper, and no real time constraints to get back home.
Sweet.
So, and I have gotten approval, Ian, just so you know, for you to have your very own headset.
Yes.
Good. Because, like, I mean, I'm just saying, like, not that I want the headset, but like the people want me to have a headset.
Well, we're going to give you not only a headset, but we're also going to give you a radio to attach the headset to.
I guess I should have specified. I thought that was included, but I'll take it.
No, you have to specify. But we're going to treat you kind of like Barney Fife. Okay.
Oh, God.
We're not going to give you a battery. You have to earn the battery for the radio.
What kind of batteries does it take?
I don't know. It's a rugged racing radio.
Okay. I can Google that. I'll show up my own batteries.
Hey, that's cool. I don't care. No, we'll give you a full headset that's fully charged with a spare battery. It'll actually be one of my spare headsets. I've got two. I tried to buy a couple more the other day, but obviously Rugged has either quit selling them or they're out of stock indefinitely because they've removed them from their website. But we'll definitely get you fixed up with a radio and a headset for the race.
Nice. I'm so excited for you.
I just want to be important.
Like, I hope
you just want to look important.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
to look important.
Like, I want to do something.
I felt like I was going to give him my headset that I use in the truck every day.
Oh, that'd be good.
You just give him, a headset. He'll have it's nice. It's got a big, like kind of like the ear cuffs that are on here.
Yep.
It's got a full like boom mic or a full boom mic with the foam on it. Like, it'll look legitish.
I could just walk around talking to myself.
Yeah, you talk to yourself. Or you could like call Catherine.
Yeah.
Call Catherine or call Shelby and just be talking to him on the phone. Like, yeah. Right.
Well, see, here's my thing is like, I was talking to you about it and I was like, all right, I'm going to go. Yep. Fuck it. I'm going to go. And I was sitting here talking about it, all kind of bummed out that like the world's gone to shit and kind of screwed the schedule for some stuff that we had planned. And then like going to some of these events and I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to go. I'm just going to do it. And then I kind of got to thinking, I was like, I kind of want to do something. Like, I don't just want to wander around, like holding my dick in my hand going like, oh, this is, like looking at stuff and going, I need to buy one of these. And like, Shelby, what are we doing? Like, can we go eat now? Like, I need like a job.
Dad, can I get the snack?
What time is it? So I was like, I need something to do. I want to be somewhat productive. And
when are they going to race again?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. No, I mean, you guys are more than welcome to come. And, if we had an extra headset and radio, Steve, we'd definitely hook you up. But I don't think we have any extras.
I'll bring my own.
If you do have a rugged radio or a PCI radio, we can program it for you to be on the Outlaw channel so you can listen in.
We don't have a rugged radio or a PCI or what? No, but we have a radio that we definitely can program to match those frequencies.
Yep.
It can be done. Perfect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got some like what the bow fangs, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
We programmed those the other day for some run.
FRS
the
frequencies.
Run. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty neat.
So we could program it for those frequencies if we had the list.
Or we can
bring it with us. Yeah, so then we can have our own headsets. I'm like,
bring it with you. Yeah, you're good to go. I mean, I'm gonna be doing all the announcing. And we might actually bring you guys up to talk during one of our down periods or something like that. So get ready. I know you guys hate to talk publicly, but you can hide behind a microphone in the studio all day. Let's see what you can do in front of a crowd of 400 or 500 people.
Well, as long as they don't mind the word fuck, we're all good.
Well, this is a family event, so we're gonna have to X-nay on the fuck A.
You better get a couple air horns ready.
Yeah. So Shelby, what's it look like when like you announce that there's like a bomb threat at one of these events? Like all the people scatter?
No, they're pretty much too drunk to scatter. They just kind of look at me like, "What are you talking about, dude?"
I was just thinking that
beer.
When you're like, "Okay, well, we got 2 chuckle fucks we're gonna put on the radio now," and everybody just kind of just disperses.
Yeah, they're gone.
They don't care. Honestly, they probably don't even pay attention to me.
Front row seats now available.
I think my favorite part of announcing was at what was it, Copperhead this year. Steve Howell. I don't know if a lot of your followers know who Steve Howell is, but Steve is one of the most genuine guys you will ever meet. And I've kind of adopted his grandmother as my own grandmother over the past 2 years. Excuse me. And she's always, asking him on the phone. He records his conversations with his grandma. And she's always asked him on the phone, "How are my boys?" And he's like, "Well, who are you talking about?" "Well, Shelby and Sean Cross and Timmy." And I love how she always says my name first, because I get to get that little extra dig in on Sean Cross and Timmy Cameron. Is that, hey, I'm her favorite. What can I say?
She starts off with the best. Yeah,
of course.
She's a
it was her birthday last when we raced at Copperhead back in March. So I brought her out in front of everybody and we sang her happy birthday.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
I swear that woman started crying, and then she tried to beat me with a cane.
She's like, "Oh, I'm so happy," and now you're done.
This is so nice. Yeah. I'll whoop your ass, boy.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a fun little time. I mean, we had a really good time with that, and I love that woman to death. She was at our finals last year at Rush Springs, and that's the first time I'd met her. And I kept antagonizing her this year, saying, "Look, you need to come to a race. You need to come to a race." And we gave her a "Quit Ya Bitchin' shirt, so she wears it proudly at every race. And we actually, it was early this year or late last year, I can't remember, but she got knocked over at like a Golden Corral or something like that. She got knocked over by a big guy, and the big guy did nothing for her, didn't help her up, didn't apologize, nothing. Dang. So, me, it's my granny. I'm ready to kill the dude. But I'm like, what can we do? And she loves auto racing. She loves rock bouncing. So I put out a post and I was like, "Hey, anybody wants to contribute, send me, a shirt from your race team, stickers, hats, anything you have that you'll give me to give to Steve's grandma." And we ended up with 20 or 30 shirts, stickers, and hats and koozies and all kind of cool things from all the different racers.
That's awesome.
And I couldn't be more grateful of how giving the racing community was to this woman that most had never even met. And there's a video, I think, on Steve's Facebook from when they gave her the package, and she was just in tears the entire time. We had a blast doing it for her, though.
That's awesome.
Makes you realize how awesome this hobby brings people together. Yep. And just that, like, those kind of stories just never, I'm always like, yes.
Even the competitive side of it.
Yeah, yeah.
People still
I'm gonna beat your ass on the hill, and then we're gonna talk about it and have a good time afterwards.
And then I'm gonna send your grandma's shirt.
Yep.
Yes, and this is a big family sport. I mean, we're all one big happy family. And we had an issue this past weekend where a guy was trying to get to the race and he had a fuel pump problem, and I was sitting at I believe it was either breakfast or dinner with Timmy. I don't remember, it's all a big blur, but I said, "Timmy, do you have an inline Aeromotive A?" He's like, "No, I don't have a spare. I've got an in tank." He's like, "Why?" And I told him, he said, "Man, I'd definitely give it up if I had the right part. Definitely give it up." I mean, that speaks volumes right there. That another racer give up a spare part to somebody to make sure that they can race.
Yep.
Because he doesn't like beating anybody on default. I wouldn't want to beat anybody on a default either. So that just says a lot. And actually, Timmy had a problem this weekend. Not many people know about. Timmy had an alternator failure on his way down to the race hill. And he basically had to leave his Menace buggy on charge with a fire truck and a set of jumper cables until it was 30 seconds before he fired the buggy up and made his run. So he ran both runs with no alternator. I mean, he still had the alternator on there, it just wasn't, putting out. And I was like, Timmy, you're the king of spares. Why do you not have an alternator? He's like, I just put this one on 2 days ago.
Ain't that some shit?
Wow. That was his
2
spare.
days ago. Yeah, that was my spare.
Probably went to AutoZone.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, probably not. Timmy probably built it and mined for the aluminum himself. I mean,
mined for the aluminum. He didn't just fabricate; he mined the aluminum.
Yes.
This is the guy that built a buggy in 2 weeks. So let's just leave it at that.
The messed up part with that is you say buggy, and I go yeah, that's a work of art. It's like there's a buggy, and then there's a Tim Cameron buggy, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, the only problem is me and you won't fit in a Tim Cameron buggy.
No, he's the first time I saw him, and I don't know. You
don't think I would either?
The first time I saw him in person, I was like, wow, he's about 3 foot shorter than what I thought he. I don't know why I thought he was tall, but he's a little guy, which is great because it works perfect for building chassis and stuffing yourself in these chassis.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. He's not like midget, right? He's not a little person. He's not 4'11", but
he's like 5'5",
I think he's
5'6".
5'6", 5'7", maybe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe 140 pounds soaking wet.
Part.
I mean,
I wouldn't fit in the seat.
Yeah.
I would fit in the buggy.
You could get in.
Not in the seat, probably.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't run a containment seat anymore. He's back to running a suspension seat.
Oh, really?
So you would actually fit in his seat. But I mean, hell, Cash LaCroix is about the same size as Timmy now, and Cash is 11.
Yeah, well, there's your perspective.
Well, I'm 5'7", 2 hundo. So I mean, I'm close to Timmy size, minus the weight,
minus the
roundness.
Roundness. He's a little less round. Hey, round's a shape. Yeah. That's all I can tell you.
I am in shape.
So about Flat Nasty, the driver's list is coming up soon, so we'll know who's going to be there or who's going to sign up to be there. I guess, right?
Yes, we should be posting the initial driver's list. I'm figuring by Wednesday or Thursday, I'll have it up on the Facebook page.
Perfect.
Obviously, we will update it every couple of days as we get more and more people signed up. I mean, we're still 29 days away, so racers have until, I believe it's the Sunday before to sign up for the discounted entry rate. And then after Sunday at 6 p.m., it'll go up like $50 more. And we usually have a few last minute stragglers sign up. So I would say start looking for it come Wednesday or Thursday of this coming week.
Okay. And then as far as if someone wants to spectate for this, what's the plan for that?
Plan for that. All the prices are set by the park.
Okay.
For spectators to get in. So a lot of times it's in that $25 to $45 a person range. Most parks let children 13 and younger in for free. But all of that is, set by the park, not by Outlaw.
Okay.
And you should be able to get your tickets at the gate.
Cool. So just show up and make it happen.
Yes, sir. Show up and pay your $45 or whatever it turns out to be, and bring you a cooler full of beer and come out there and enjoy a couple hours worth of rock racing. People that aren't familiar with the Outlaw series, we run different than any other series. We run, 2 buggies at the same time on separate heels, but they're running at the same time. Mentally, you're racing each other. Physically, you're racing the clock, obviously.
Yep.
So when we, if we have 50 racers sign up, we can do 50 racers on both heels in the time that other series can run 20 to 25 racers up 2 hills, because we're just, we're knocking it out by getting them 2 at a time.
Yep. I'm excited to see it happen.
I'd if I had $1 million,
buy a bouncer.
2 buggies at the same time.
2 buggies at the same time. Fucking A, Peter Man.
I would highly suggest you not do that.
What, buy 2 of them? What's the easy way to piss away $1 million? That's for sure.
It's definitely an easy way to piss away $1 million. I suggest you buy 1 and then use the other $500,000 to make all the different repairs and all the travels to get to the races and entry fees, etc.
Buy your tow pig.
Yeah.
Buy an alternator spare.
Yeah, buy an alternator.
Yeah, basically you better have a spare on that trailer for just about anything and everything that can go wrong.
Hence the buy 2 buggies.
It's a parts buggy.
Yeah, they're twin buggies in case I break something.
Yeah.
If you want to ball out like that, you go right ahead. I'm too broke for that.
Yeah, we'll support you from afar.
You literally just told me that I need to buy a buggy and then buy all of the parts to fix the buggy.
Yes.
Buy 2 buggies.
Just win the lottery. And just remember who your real friends are and who sent you stickers and who's doing a podcast.
I will let you sit in the parts buggy.
That's fine.
Not only who sent you stickers, but who sent you T-shirts.
Well,
and then remember the guy that held him hostage for a week and fucked with everybody saying he didn't get them.
Well, I had to get the last dig on the whole deal here, so
that was pretty good.
That was my plan.
Why don't we? Are we good with? Do we cover all the racing stuff? Do you think? Is there anything else, Shelby?
We did. Yeah, I think we covered all the racing stuff. Flat Nasty, Outlaw Offroad Racing, June 27th. That's the only thing you need to know.
I'm going to be there, so make sure you're there.
I'm going to try to be there, but I don't know if Ian will actually take me.
I'm literally sleeping in my truck.
I am sleeping in a tent next to his truck.
Actually, Ian, I have a slot in my camper, a little bunk for you to sleep in.
So I'm sleeping in your truck, and you're
Somebody's sleeping in my truck. Even better. God, this is wonderful. This is going to be an expensive weekend.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It doesn't sound like you should have free
I have never gone to an event and not been like I go to a damn demolition derby and I'm like, I need to have a derby car.
Shirt. Not a shirt.
No, not a shirt. Like the car. I'm like, I'm going to do that. I can't look at it. Look at that piece of shit. Like, it's not that expensive.
Well, here's the good part.
Anything.
Here's the good part. Once you get there and you're like, oh, I need that. All you got to do is come home, cut the roof off your cab.
Yeah.
Run the tubes over the top of it and be done with it.
Yeah,
like
because that sounds cheap. Great.
Or just buy a buggy that's complete and was raced this past weekend and finished 6th.
Jeez.
How many doll hairs is that?
Couple bucks.
I think 60,000 will buy it.
Yeah. So see, there you go. Good. If you could just sell all your parts back for retail.
Yeah. Yeah. If you could find somebody to buy every part I've bought for retail, then we're pretty much even up at this point.
Good to go.
And I'm going to probably lose a little money on the deal.
You're definitely going to lose money. If your name isn't Timmy Cameron, you lose money on every buggy.
It's horrible. Not just some, all.
All right. So shifting gears.
We're going to change.
We have our main topic for the day. And it's going to be, and we're going to start off by asking you what you think about it. You good with that?
Shit.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's a good one. You ready? So I am a guy there or girl. Could it be a girl?
Congratulations. I'm sorry. That was my first thought. I probably shouldn't be allowed to have a microphone or a radio.
So Bruce Jenner, tell me what you really want to know.
So I'm a guy. Well, good for you. I'm not even
starting well.
All right, let's try it again.
All right. I'm a person who doesn't know anything about off-road, and I would like to get into off-road. What should I get for I'm on a budget. I don't know if I like off-roading yet, but it looks like it could be fun. What do I buy for my budget trail rig to get me started in the hobby?
Okay, I got to ask the obvious $1 million question here. What is your budget? Because that's going to change what my answer is.
Cheap.
So the way I put it, the one I wrote down and it just came out and I like it is tight budget entry rig, because I don't want to put like, $5,000, because $5,000 to start an entry for me is like, holy shit, I could do so much with that. But to some people, $5,000 is like, there's no way.
Right.
So, I mean, I don't want to say like $1,000 beater to get you started.
I was thinking like $2,000, $2,500,
couple thousand. We'll say sub $5,000. Yeah. I think sub $5,000.
I'm thinking like $2,500 because I don't know if I'm going to like it or not. I don't want to get, I don't want to get taken to the cleaners if I end up not liking it and have to sell this thing.
Tight budget entry rig, not just budget, tight budget.
Tight budget.
So shooting from the hip, I'm going to say I can't believe I'm going to say this because I've never owned one, but an XJ with a 3-inch lift and 33s.
Yeah.
I like it. I wrote down XJ, so I mean, all the people that think I hate on Jeeps, I wrote down XJ.
Hey, there's a reason that you go to any XJ page on Facebook and there's like 75 to 100,000 people in the group. Like, it's because they're cheap and plentiful.
Mm-hmm.
They're very, very cheap. They're very capable for a stock rig.
Stupid capable. And like, you would buy a Wrangler, you would go that route, but you're talking like dumping an extra $5,000 or $6,000 just to get your platform over an XJ.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
You look at let's just go with a 97 XJ, okay?
Yep.
I think they made them they made a 97. Uh-huh. Okay, you buy a 97 XJ for $2,000.
Okay. Got a pretty good deal.
You can't buy a 97 TJ for less than 10,000.
Well, unless you're fucking sticky.
Oh, well, yeah.
Unless you're sticky.
Unless you're sticky. But yeah, you're right. Like trying to pick up one that either doesn't have a hole in the frame rail or, a crazy amount of miles on it is pretty tough. Is that your mic?
It is. And honestly, the 4.0 inline six Jeep motor is probably one of the best, long-lasting, most indestructible motors out there. My new buggy has a inline six 4.0 in it.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, because you're still having. Now it's your mic. Sorry, we're having audio technical difficulties.
Damn, iPhone charger was plugged in.
iPhone charger plugged in, so it was making noise.
Yeah.
And then I had made him touch his microphone, and his microphone has a bug.
Yeah, it's broke.
So anyway, yeah, you're right. The 4-liter AW4 or the 4-liter, even in the Wrangler, the 904 or 905, whatever transmissions in there, they're just good platforms to start with.
Oh, exactly. I mean, mine's the 4-liter inline six with is it the AX4 or the AW4, whatever the automatic is?
Is it a TJ? Is it?
I don't know.
Wait, from a TJ?
I'm gonna say yes, because technically this thing is titled as a 99 TJ.
Yeah, because nobody lies on
to
titles.
my knowledge, I am not
AW something sounds familiar.
Okay, so AW4 was in the Cherokee,
but
I don't think they ever put it in the TJ. I want to say the TJ had the 542 RFE. I don't know. It was one of those things, RFL, RLF. It was a different transmission, because Matt's LJ that he has a 4-speed transmission because it's an 05 Rubicon, and it has a different transmission. It's a 542, I want to say. Whereas like my KJ has a 545. So I don't know. There's a bunch of different transmissions in there, but either way, they were all pretty stout. AW4 is nearly indestructible as long as you don't just beat the ever-loving shit out of it.
Well, and I think the big takeaway from that is don't put an LS in it.
Well, yeah, don't start there.
If you start with if you start with higher horsepower, here's the thing. What do you want to do? If you want to go kind of do some nice general off-road rock crawling with some trail riding stuff, you do not need 1,000 horsepower. It's cool, but you don't need it. No. Because that engine is expensive. And then, oh, by the way, driveline, axle, U-joints, tires, axle, it's a compounding clusterfuck. And I think that's one thing I've learned is I've seen guys with little 4 cylinders and S10s on Rockwells, and it works. It doesn't break stuff. It's reliable, but it gets shit done because it has enough power.
Yeah. That's like Clampy.
Yep.
I mean, I went from a 800 plus horsepower bouncer on Dana 80s front and rear, 2-inch 47 spline shafts, turbo 400, to a inline six, a something -4 transmission, Ford 60 14 bolt rear. This rig's pretty indestructible.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the torque to snap a damn toothpick. My bouncer, on the other hand, I broke a 2-inch 47 spline shaft. Of course, I landed under power, which is a big no-no.
Yeah, but you're also snapping an axle shaft that costs as much as this $2,000 rig, if not a little bit more. So, I mean,
my shafts were about $4,500 for the front. Yeah.
So that's what I mean. You upgrade other things. I think the big thing is do your research and upgrade certain things. You could start off with an XJ, but don't throw 40s on it right away. It's not a good idea.
And
speaking of 40s, I have 7 40s here with Steve's name on them.
I told you he was going to buy them. Well, you talk about how you need 40s.
The price is good, but the price is not as good as the other 40s.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
But do you get 7 of them?
No, you get the appropriate amount. You get 4.
You get 4.
The hell do I need the other 3 for?
Profits. Selling for profits.
Yeah, because you can't just go out and buy these tires. Nobody can buy these.
You know how hard it would be to unload 3 stickies?
No,
you don't.
Just do it.
You ain't done it.
No, I mean, you should just do it.
I should just do it.
I'm actually really jealous that you got Treps to kind of derail the conversation. I'm really jealous about that because those tires are gorgeous looking.
I really wanted to change it up, and I was going to go with the 40-inch Mickeys. But when I called up Go Forth week 4 last, I called Scott the day I paid for the rig, and the rig wasn't even here yet. And I was like, screw it, I'm putting something on it. So I called Scott at Go Forth Tires. I said, Scooter, hook me up. I need wheels and tires. When are you getting your 40-inch Mickeys? He's like, they're supposed to come in this week. Not fast enough. I need these tires and wheels here by Thursday. And
yesterday.
Yeah. So, and this was on a Monday. So I was like, screw it. Just send me some 40-inch trips and some Vision bead locks. Ship them. You've got my address. You got my credit card on file. Just do it. And everything was all hunky dory. And then the wheels and tires didn't show up until this past Tuesday. So
damn.
Here, I could have went with the Mickeys, but I was impatient like everything else in my life. So I ended up with trips, and I'm not saying anything bad about them.
Yep.
I've always just been a TSL guy, and I wanted to try something different. If I don't like these, I'll turn around, I'll sell them, I'll get a set of Mickeys. If I don't like those, I'll turn around and I'll go to a daggum TSL.
Back to a sticky. Because they make a 40 mega.
Yeah. Yes, they do make a 40 mega sticky.
So wide, though.
So wide.
17? They are really wide. They're like 17 inches wide, which is kind of why I steered away from that. But the tread on those things is stupid because I had a set of 50s on my last wide load. And I mean, you could lose $1 bill in the freaking tread depth in them damn things.
I think it looks good in a 50. I think it's proportionately wide on a 50, but the 40 for me is just
awesome. It looks like a gumbo mutter.
Yeah, it's too wide.
40's way too wide. It should have been a 12.5, 13.5 wide, like the 43.
It would have
should have been like a 40, 13, 50, 17, and that would have been just tits.
And everybody would have bought it.
I would have bought it.
Yeah.
They're like, what?
I would have bought them.
40, 13, 50 sticky? Yep. So that's how that goes.
Awesome. Well, now that you've kicked off our segment of tight budget entry rig, we kind of figured we had you on the phone. You got some knowledge. We'll get your opinion. We're going to discuss it a little bit. And we had somebody ask on our Insider Trail Riders group page today what a good like entry, tight budget entry kind of rig and maybe a good. And we're like, oh, that's a good discussion. So that's where we're at with that.
XJ all the way because I'm actually looking at buying an XJ. I found at a storage facility like 3 weeks ago, but I'm waiting on the owner to call me. It's a 94. It's red. That's all I know about it.
That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
And it's an XJ.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, but why would I do that when I have a rig here on tons and 40 trips and
there's a reason that everybody loves the XJ. Just do it.
Oh, I could probably do it for like $300 and then put 1,000 into a suspension and wheels and tires and send it.
Oh yeah, it'd be a good fun rig
on the J.
It'd be nice to have air conditioning on the trail. That's for damn sure.
Damn right.
Oh, you think it's gonna have AC in the 94? Oh, you are mistaken, my friend.
Oh, really?
This one had a lever for AC. I know that.
A lever? Oh, it had the option at one point.
Huh.
In 1995, it still worked.
It probably did in 95. 96, not so much. 95, yes.
Get a little shaky in 96.
Hey, Freon's cheap. You just pump a couple cans in, go wheeling, and have a nice day.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's been one day.
Damn right. Trail prep. Add refrigerant.
Add refrigerant. Hey, when I take the KJ out, it's got ice cold AC, and I'm not going to lie, wheeling with AC is next level.
So, speaking of KJ, last time we talked.
Yes, sir.
You had mentioned getting a KJ, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And you said, oh, it's a Liberty.
Yeah.
I have put more and more and more thought into buying a Liberty, putting a Ford Super Duty 60 under the front and a 14 bolt in the rear and just wheeling it with AC. Yes. And I've got a guy in Tennessee that'll link it up and do it all for me.
I like it. Have you seen whose rig is that? I can't think of it.
Dustin Stubbs.
Is it Dustin? Maybe. I don't know. I follow him on Instagram, and now I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. It is a fab shop.
Sinister Fab. Yeah, that's Dustin Stubbs.
Yeah, that's right. Sinister Fab. Yeah. Yep.
He's the guy that'll do it for you.
Oh, well, there you go. Get to work. They're cheap and plentiful. Find one with a good motor and send it. The transmissions.
And I'm actually going to buy axles this weekend, I found, for whatever project I decide they're going to go under.
Perfect. So the KJ's got a 3.6. Don't touch it. It's just leave it alone. It's like a 4.3. Yep. They're bulletproof when they're stock until you touch them.
Yep.
So leave the 3.6 PowerTech in there, and then the 545 RFE that was in a lot of them is a transmission for a Dodge 1500 pickup. So you don't need to touch that guy. And
so I got to interject my non-Jeep knowing ass.
Yeah.
So in a Liberty, the transmission is essentially the same as in a half-ton pickup. Well, that's pimp.
That's a pretty good idea, wasn't it?
I'll be damned. I think that's
and then the transfer case is the same as like a TJ.
Yeah, But on something that weighs what, half the weight?
Heavens no. I think it's fat.
2/3? Is it
It's
really?
like 3.
Oh,
What's that thing weigh? 3,800? I don't know.
either
I can't
way,
remember
it's
now.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit heavier than
It's
a
not-
daggum TJ.
No, they're probably about the same ish, roughly. But either way, it doesn't matter. You're not going to break anything with it. It doesn't make. It makes like 200 horsepower.
Yeah,
but
and with 538 gears, you're not gonna break a whole
it's
lot.
perfect. You put 538 gears in there, and you put 40s on it, and just go wheeling like it's your donut. It's your compact spare.
Yep.
And I might have an extra set of 40s laying around.
Hey, like 7 of them. Huh. Weird.
Huh. Imagine that.
Wonder where you
I
get
might
some.
need to hold on to these wheels and bead locks.
Huh.
Huh.
Well, I could use 4, but I don't need 3.
I have one extra tire.
I need to find.
Actually, I'm taking the wheels and I'm putting them on the 4800 car that we're building for Hammers next year.
Okay, so
we should buy a KJ and build a 4600 car.
Hold on a second, folks. So you're building a KOH car then, huh?
Yes, we have decided to build me and my buddy Dana Hill, who was with me last time we talked on our way back from Hammers.
Yep.
We've had this Tribe chassis for a while, and we decided, hey, we're going to go try it out in the desert and see what it does. And we dropped it off at Tribe a few weeks ago, and they're getting everything mocked up as far as motor and plates and shocks and everything else, and transfer case. Where literally when we pick it up, we're going to have to do very, very little fab work, wiring, plumbing, panels, and some testing. Hopefully we can make a race this year with it. It will not be 100% complete. It won't be the shiniest girl at the prom, but she's going to definitely show up to dance, and we're going to do our damnedest to run 4800 EMC next year at King of the Hammers.
That's going to be gnarly.
Yes. And it's got the same motor that I had in my Mouncer. So it's that 800 plus range horsepower.
It's going to be awesome.
Huh.
I'm excited to see this go down.
I don't have much to say right now, to be honest.
Didn't know this was going to happen.
You heard it here first, because I have not.
Yeah,
really
I was going to say
that
that's definitely. If Ian is shocked to hear it, like, yeah.
I like to keep my secrets.
Keep your secret. Well, I got bad news for you. 7 people now know.
Well, hey, that's cool. I'll kill 3 of them.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Well, I happen to know that I'll see you here in a couple days. 20, I don't know, podcast time, like 26 days.
Okay.
Podcast
I'm gonna hold you to it.
See you in 3 episodes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to discuss this whole 4800 running King of Hammers kind of stuff.
You trying to get a seat in that one?
I feel like, I don't know about a seat, but I feel like I'm on like
headset.
I'm gonna be in the team here.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can probably be on the team. We've got a lot to do between now and end of January, early February of 2021. But we're gonna do our damnedest, like I said, to make at least one race this year and get out to Hammers. We're probably gonna have to run the last qualifier to even get into the dance. But with me behind the wheel, anything's possible. It's either checkers or wreckers, one of the two.
You might know this, and this is just me asking off the top of my head. I know Badlands has done a Ultra 4 qualifier race in the past. I don't know if that's on their schedule this year or not, to be honest with you.
The entire Ultra 4 schedule got fucked thanks to the coronavirus.
Yep.
Because they were going to race Crandon, which is down in Oklahoma for me. But that race just recently got canceled. I know a lot of their points races this year have been canceled. So we're not really sure if we're going to get a chance to actually race. We may have to run a Renegade series or a Pro Rock endurance race just to get some seat time and shake the car down.
Yep. But
we're definitely going to do our damnedest to run at least once this year in that car. And then, we're going to have to run obviously the last chance qualifier out of Hammers, which is just a
and he's gone.
I don't know what he's
going to do. What we can. I mean,
bad.
We're spending the money.
What are you doing? Are you walking around?
$13,000 transmission, all that good stuff.
We're losing you.
So I heard a rumor that the Ultra 4 final shebang, I don't know what the hell you call it, it might be in Oklahoma this year.
I've heard that rumor as well, but I have not been able to confirm.
Yeah, I like I said, I mean, like you nailed it with the whole schedule getting fucked, and I'm like, man, I could see like the Badlands being a cool place to meet up and do some like qualifying race stuff, or I don't know. My plan is, I think I posted a Facebook post about this the other day. I was like, I've been watching a lot of comp crawling stuff, and then I've come across somebody. They were like, oh, I want to do like a spotter training thing. And I'm like, I always like spotting. People don't generally complain with my spotting too much. And I was like, man, that'd be a cool way to get involved with like off-road stuff. That's not like buying a buggy. So like either like spotting some stuff or even like working on a team or something like that. I don't know. I feel like I need to get into that.
I mean, it's definitely a good way to get your feet wet in the rock racing. I'm not going to call it, auto racing, but straight up rock racing, desert racing type scenario, right? It's definitely a good way to get your feet wet doing that.
Yeah.
What we did this year when we went to Hammers, obviously I ran and failed miserably at the shootout, but we ended up pitting for Rufus Racing, me and Dana. And, we helped him work on all 4 cars. We helped him prep the cars, and Dana ended up actually running the pit, or not running the pits, but working in the pits for them while I was working remote pit 2 as a volunteer, because I was all nerded out saying, I'm going to Hammers. Yeah, I'm not volunteering for the 4,800 or 4,400 race again, just because it was the longest day of my life. We started at like 5 o'clock in the morning and we finished at midnight. Wow. So that was a long day. I'm like, never again will I do that, but I'll definitely work some type of race out there this year just to do it again, because it was fun, but not the 4,400 race.
I feel like I just want to be like, yes, I'm in, done, happening.
Doesn't matter what.
You've already committed to coming.
Yeah.
So you committed to that in like episode 9.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still planning on being there, whether I don't know. I feel like I need in on something. I need to be part of somebody's crew, I don't know if crew's the right word, but I'm going to call it crew because it sounds cool.
It's part of the crew. Yeah. And with you being that close to Indiana, you could really reach out to Brannick and try to get on Jody Ford's team for the EMC car that they run.
See, now here we're talking, we're making moves, folks.
Making connections. Yep. They're not that far away. I looked up today, 125 miles.
It's awesome.
Just show up to their shop and say, hey, we want to help y'all run King of the Hammers next year.
Oh, yeah, that'll go over great.
Because teams are always looking for volunteers.
And we have a podcast.
We got a podcast with 8 listeners. You could be the 9th.
You could be the 9th.
Hey,
Think about it. You'll be number 9.
It's better than nothing.
Lucky
number 9. Yeah.
Lucky number 9 was the best episode y'all have ever had. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Was that your episode?
Yeah.
That was my episode, yeah.
Damn.
That was that episode we had that one girl on.
There's a reason you're not getting a headset, okay? That has to do with it. Awesome. Well, we'll let you go. I don't want to keep you too long because you got shit to do.
Yes.
Yeah, I got tires and wheels to break down and get them separated and take the wheels over to Weatherford to the 4,800 build. And I need to, I guess, put these 40s on a pallet and ship them up to Steve.
I'll just pick them up in June. We'll bring them back to him.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, I could throw them on the trailer. I'm bringing my big 40-foot trailer. So, yeah.
Perfect.
You guys are...
Don't be scared.
You can just say thank you.
I'm not scared. I'm picking up a set of 40s.
Yeah, we know that.
Not yo 40s, just 40s.
Shelby's going to bring them. I'm going to bring them to you, and I'll drop them off at your shop for you.
Hell of a guy.
Well, I know.
Will you mount them and mount them for him as well?
No. Beadlock mounting.
He's anti-beadlocking.
Horrible.
Yeah, he hates beadlocks. He's like, bah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not bad when you have a legitimate set of beadlocks. When you have a DIY set of 42 bolt beadlocks with washers and holy shit.
Yeah, those suck balls.
That was my first 2 sets of beadlocks.
42 bolt?
I don't know. It was ridiculous.
It's probably 32. That's about the normal.
Yeah. It was a shitload of nuts and washers and
mine are race lines, so none of that.
Well,
that's stupid easy.
Yeah, my MRWs have the like nut certs, and it's like, holy crap, this is worth whatever new wheels cost.
Exactly.
The 50s I mounted on wide load were on either Allied or MRWs. They were the steel ones with the nut certs, and half of the nut certs had broke loose from the wheel. So yes, it was nuts and bolts and assholes and elbows. But mounting 50s by yourself when the tires over 200 pounds a piece sucks balls.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
No, thank you.
I'll sling 40s all day, every day.
Yeah.
Unless they have water in the front tires like my buggy does now.
Oh, boy. That comp life.
Yep.
Love it.
Those were fun, let me tell you.
Did you know they were filled with fluid before you popped them down?
I had been told, but I had forgotten because I suffer from CRS.
Yep.
And I pulled the valve stem out in the shop. I said, "What is this shit?" And it was water spraying all over the freaking shop.
So was it water or was it calcium chloride?
No, it was water.
No, thank goodness.
Calcium chloride, working in the ag industry. You'd pop one of those. Oh my God.
You instantly regretted you ever were born.
Everything about life is gone. Water is like a blessing. Calcium chloride that's some bad shit.
Oh my God. It's sticky and not in a good way.
Yeah, it's bad sticky.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure I'll talk to you here before long. It's good to have you back on. We might have you back on after June. Now that you've sent us some swag, I think we're back on having you on the podcast terms. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So I'm no longer a piece of shit bleep.
No, I mean, you are, but you're a little higher on the list.
Sweet.
But that's the kind we like, because we like, misery and company kind of a thing, right?
Yeah, that's how we do it.
Roger that.
Cool, man.
Awesome. We appreciate the info. I will see you on June 27th down at Flat Nasty. We should see you, aka the listener, down there too.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yes.
Roger that. Well, you guys show up, and we'll see y'all there. Thanks for having me back on the show, and can't wait to listen to it.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate it, and we will keep in touch.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Have a good one.
See you, Shelby.
Bye.
I hit the wrong button again.
And we're back.
Shit.
And it's last call. Because we need to wrap this up. We're already an hour and a half into this thing. Let's get this show rolling.
All right. So here, what are we drinking?
We're drinking Sierra Nevada Limited Edition.
That's a nice colored beer.
Hoppy Anniversary Ale. It's their 40th anniversary. It's a 65 IBU, so it's more bitter.
Oh, yeah.
We learned that.
You can smell that.
Oh, yeah. It's a hoppy anniversary. It better be bitter.
Yeah.
6.0 ABV, and it's Sierra Nevada Brewing Company, Chico, California, and Mills River, North Carolina.
I'm going to be
interesting. I did not know that they were in
split like that.
I didn't know they were in Mills River, North Carolina. I had no idea. That's a hell of a split, coast to coast.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, distributes from coast to coast, end to end. Have I tried it? I have not. I smelled it. I'm gonna be interested to see if I like this.
Yeah,
it's not my usual.
I believe it's an IPA. It actually doesn't say. It just says Hoppy Anniversary.
Let me try it again before I give you my opinions.
Okay. Well, all right. So the brewery, I'm trying to remember if I bought this. I don't think I would have, but I may have. But
you did, because I don't think Catherine bought the last sixer of Randos.
Yeah.
And she didn't come home with bottles because she said they were sold out. Yep. So that would have been in the one that you brought over.
I'm trying to figure out why I would have bought a Sierra Nevada. I've never been overly.
Have you tried this? Have you had this before?
No, it was limited edition.
All right.
Well, that's probably why I bought it.
I've tried it twice.
Yeah.
2 sips.
And you're like,
no, I'm not. I'm just going to wait I'm going to wait you taste and see what you want. Like the first drink does not work for getting a good, accurate, like, this is how I feel.
It's an IPA.
That it is.
I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. It's not my favorite IPA.
I don't want to talk shit about a beer because at the end of the day, it's still a beer.
Oh, was that like last week's episode?
I don't remember. Was I talking shit last week too?
No, there's no shitty off-road parks.
Oh,
so at the end of the day, it's still an off-road park.
It's still beer.
Mm-hmm. But it's not as easy drinking as some beers.
No. I think my problem is that bitterness sometimes is just not for me, but other times I like it. That's real bitter.
It's got to be something to do with the hops.
It is. It's just a type of hops they use, and it is what they name it, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, somebody out there, this is like their favorite style of beer, so they're like, "This is the best shit ever." It doesn't fit my normal flavor profile.
This beer showcases the bold flavors and aromas of a classic West Coast IPA. Intense pine and citrus with a deep gold color and slight caramel sweetness. Here's to following your passion into the next 40 years.
God, it's bitter.
Oh, it's bitter. If you like bitter IPAs, get you some Sierra Nevada. They make them. They've been making them.
I mean, it's a good beer. It's a good drink. It's a good crisp. I mean, you do kind of, I like it. I mean, it's good. It's just not for me.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't enjoy that bitterness too much. Now, I'm not going to lie here. If I had some like authentic Mexican food with this, it'd be a lot easier to take.
Yeah. Or if it was like it's hot.
Yeah.
Like if it's hot outside.
Yeah.
Like 90, 100 degree day. Yeah. Like this would drink pretty well, I think. Cold. Ice cold.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Super cold. But as just like a sit here and sip it, it's not for me.
No, that's the problem. We sit here and sip it instead of just hammering it.
Can you do a pint glass stand and just slam her down?
Yes, you can. It's like a shotgun.
It's last call anyway, so the bartender's going to kick us out. So here's the last question of the day.
Okay.
Tight budget entry rig to off-roading. What's your call?
Okay.
You got to pick one.
Obviously, I am predisposed. Oh, this is a tough one because I have to pick one.
Hold on.
Okay.
Do it. You have to pick one.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to make it that tight, but yeah.
Pick one.
Now knowing what you know.
Because see, here's the thing. You read your list off of like the vehicles. So here's my list of vehicles.
What's your list?
Here's my list of vehicles I threw into that main topic. XJ, ZJ, K5, Toyota of any variety. Preferably solid axle, but it wouldn't have to be.
You like Toyota pickup? Or are you saying get into like Land Cruiser, FJs?
Well, if you get Land Cruiser cheap enough, yeah.
I just don't think they're going to get into the higher brand Toyotas for money.
No, they're
or for cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're going to get into low brand.
If you could get a older, like a 85 or older with a straight axle, done.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they're out there to be had. They're going to be a little bit rusty and crusty, but hey, even still, you're just getting into the hobby. It's no big deal. Buy it, go beat on it for a little bit,
see what you like.
Make your upgrades. Yep. Yeah. YJ, CJ, or S10. So the YJ and CJ, if you find the right deal.
I didn't have the YJ on the list, but you can find deals.
Sure got one of them in the backyard.
I got me dude, that cost me an engine computer and like $500.
Well, like my cousin just picked up one for, I think he swapped a guy's engine in his like daily YJ, and the guy was like, man, I got my other YJ that was in an accident, quote unquote. It was an accident. He got rear-ended. It didn't hardly do anything. It bent the bumper.
It probably fucked up the rusted frame.
No, the frame's fine.
Oh,
that's what's messed
terrible.
up. The body is destroyed on it. The frame is perfect.
Good. Back half and weird. Done.
Yep. And no, nothing's wrong with it.
I thought you said the body was fucked up.
The body's fucked up.
Yeah, so you like cut that off and weld a bumper.
You would take the whole tub off. Either way, nonetheless, he got it for like next to nothing. Great deal. Cool stuff. You can find them. They're out there.
Oh, yeah.
You just got to go probe around in people's yards and stuff like that.
That's how this one came about, because Dad was looking for a YJ and liked the square headlights and all that. And I think it looks good. And a guy I worked with bought this from a guy that I also worked with. Didn't run. Then he got it off of him because he was tired of dicking with it.
Right.
Didn't run. He's like, I'm done with this. It's taking up my garage. I mean, like everything. So I look at it. I'm like, yeah, it's got a little rust here and there on the frame, but the tub was solid. It's an automatic, which is what he wanted. So that Mom could cruise around in it. It was in nice shape. Had a hard top in good shape. Everything was in good shape about it. A little frame rust. Yeah. Typical YJ. It didn't run. So hauled it back home. Did a little power probing on some wiring with a Haynes repair manual, and the trigger to light the old gal off coming out of the computer was no bueno. I think it's a yellow wire, if I remember right. Comes out, and that's like your main yellow wire. Yep. Power probe that thing, and the fucking thing fired right off. I mean, like, I don't even think I was like three. Computer? Yeah, I don't think I was like 2 or 3 bush lights deep. That's how quick we figured this out with a wiring schematic and a power probe. So we just ordered it. I think he just ordered the computer from like Rock Auto or something like that for like, I don't know, $100-$150. So for like less than $700, you have a.
Oh, you bought that thing for that cheap?
Yeah.
Did it look like it does now? Or did you lift it?
He's painted it. Had a body lift, just a body lift. Okay. He put wheels and tires on it. Okay. It had some like bald ass 33s on stock tires. I think they were like 33-12.5s on some stock wheels. He put the wheels and tires on it. Bumpers were on it. And, you know, now since he's
probably still less than $2,000 into it.
Yeah, because he's now got 2 fenders in the front. Yeah. After we tacoed the fender in a tree after blowing a brake line. Good excuse to upgrade.
Right.
Wheels,
if you need an excuse to upgrade,
wheels,
your wife
tires. But I mean, soft top, shit like that. But you can upgrade that as you go. But I mean, the deals are out there. Right. So I didn't even think about a YJ.
What I didn't have on my list is what you have on your list is a Ford Ranger. And let's be honest.
I'm only hesitant to put that on the list because
let's be honest. If you've seen Bray wheel in his Ranger, you want it on the list.
But there's nothing tight budget about that. And I don't mean that. I don't mean that as a bad way.
But it could be. Hang with me. You find an old Ranger that somebody has, even 2-wheel drive, possibly.
Well, I think a 2-wheel drive would be more desirable.
Maybe.
My S10 is a 2-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Because you don't have bullshit to deal with.
You pick it up cheap, even if you buy a 4-wheel drive one. You pick it up cheap. They're not that hard to find cheap. You can find them, $1,500 if you search around enough. And then you pick that thing up, and then you go find a set of axles, like a Dana 44. Or no, you could do even better than that. If you want to do a tight budget, you could do a Dana 30. Mm-hmm. Hold on, here comes a sneeze.
So my only question is...
This guy.
But my only question is, do you want, if you want to tell somebody, hey, I have a tight budget and I want to get into off-roading.
That's the problem.
Do an axle swap.
We've been in it for so long. Okay. Tight budget. You're doing almost nothing because you're new to the hobby. So you have no real mechanical skills.
Even if you do, you've directed never done an axle swap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Directed in that action. Yeah, in that direction. Yep. So you're buying a nearly stock rig and you're going 4-wheeling.
Yep.
Obviously, the Jeep platform is just great for that because they're designed around doing that.
Do you know if they make any kits and stuff for like solid axle swaps on Rangers, like readily available?
A kit?
Yeah.
I don't know about a kit.
So I have S10 on my list. Right. You've nailed everything. XJ, ZJ, Ranger, Toyota, like K5, K30. But like an S10. And the only reason I say that is because like Sky makes a bracket kit. Dude, it's like $200 for a front hanger. Yeah. You just weld the cross member on, which you could have if you're not comfortable doing that. You could have a welding shop do that. I mean, it literally like puts it up under the cross member and you weld it on. I paid a shop to weld my first set of rock sliders on.
Really?
My old body style half ton.
What'd that cost you?
I don't know, a couple $100.
$100. You didn't care.
I didn't have the welding ability or knowledge to safely I could weld. I just didn't feel comfortable welding rock sliders that are supposed to support the entire half-ton pickup. So I just paid a shop to do it.
Yep.
And I learned a shit ton being there helping.
Oh, really?
That's cool. I just showed up with the parts and was like, hey, this is what I want to do with the gussets, the plates and all that. And I sit in the shop and helped them set it up. And basically the guy just kind of helped me set it up on jack stands and all that. And then he just welded it all on. But you learn how to do prep and all that from somebody who does it. Right, yeah. And you're like, wow. So it's invaluable. I mean, it cost you $200, but you learn. I learned something for that $200 and got the work done. So something like an S10, they sell kits to just throw whatever kind of axle you want for cheap as shit.
But for leaf spring.
Yeah. Which is great because you don't want to get into screwing with links and all that.
How tall would it be?
I think it adds like 3 or 4 inches of lift.
Chevy 53s or
47s.
Chevy 47s.
I think it's been a while.
Yeah. So anyway, they make a kit.
But, that's cool. That's what I mean off the Ranger versus an S10. I think you could get a kit and learn a little bit, but also, I mean, you could pick up a fucking 2-wheel drive piece of shit S10 for cheap money.
Way less than $1,000.
Cheap money. Swap transfer cases and
so we're just trying to we're looking at $2,000, $2,500.
Yeah.
I don't think that. So you have that option, and then if you're just getting into it anyway, and you're not going to go out rock crawling, you haven't been watching rock crawling videos, or you're dedicated. Like if you're dedicated to want to go rock crawling, like I want to go rock crawling, that's what I want to do. Then I would definitely look for something with a solid axle. But if you want to go trail riding, dude, IFS.
I had a thought.
Is there?
Something that I probably could have benefited from. Do your research and find a local off-road club.
That would help.
And honestly, no bullshit. Don't be scared.
Yeah.
say, hey, I want to go wheeling with somebody. It's something new.
Go ride with them.
We've had people in our local club do that who are like, they buy a Jeep or something like that because they like, want to drive around with the doors off or whatever. And then they go, I might want to go out and let's see what the Jeep can do.
Mm-hmm.
And go out. I mean, I love it. Those people always are just like blown away. They're like, holy crap. You just did some crazy shit.
I'm still blown away.
Yeah. Well, and that's the same thing I did on IFS back in the day. And so that's what I mean. Like, you don't even have to, do I like trail riding or do I like rock crawling? Go on a wheeling trip. Mm-hmm. See what works for you. If you get sketched out in the rocks, and some people, I got a buddy, good old TD. Mm-hmm. He hates when I go like, hey, let's go play on these rocks over here, because he does not have the patience to technically work through rocks. So he'll go on there, he'll get it up, he'll play through there, and then like once he starts getting bound up and all that, and then he's kind of like, I'm done with this. And I'm like, oh no, but you're like stuck in the middle of the rock course, so we're gonna have to keep working to get you one way or the other.
Nope. But
like, I love that. But if it's not for you, then you don't want to put your money towards that. So that's a good idea I came up with. Mm-hmm. But either way, do your research.
We did a side tangent there.
That's free.
Off of
free.
Get a hold of your local off-road club and see if somebody will take you four-wheeling. That would be pretty cool.
I love throwing people in my rigs.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. I like taking people with me as well. Well, we got off on a side tangent though. You asked me,
what's your number one? I'm about out of beer, so make it quick.
Boy, last call's up, so you're not getting any more. You just hammered that thing.
That's the only way to drink it. It's not bad. It's just not for me.
Or is it more hoppy than Hop Devil?
Yeah. Because I like Hop Devil.
Yeah.
Hop Devil's right on that line for me, though. So anything more than that, I'm just like, ooh.
Yep. So I think my ideal would probably be an XJ, unless I wanted to pick up and it'd be something else. But for like an SUV, XJ is great. Buy it stock. I'm saying this, but anyway. Buy it stock, put a small lift on it, 3.5-inch lift, something like that. Mm-hmm. You could even do a puck lift if you wanted to. A little bit of Sawzall, 31 1050s, and whatever money you have left over, start putting it towards either good tires or a locker, or most importantly, recovery gear. So that's what I would try to go towards. But at the same time, like taking the KJ out, it's really capable,
dude,
for what it is.
That's what I mean. Like,
so it's like there's so many options. Like, you could just go buy your grandma's old Pathfinder
and just go wheel the shit out of it
and go wheeling.
Guess what? There's people who ton swap those,
eventually.
And it's like, that's how this shit goes. It's great.
You can start with any platform, literally any platform. Like, I want to be different in the world. Like, cool. I got a friend of mine who's doing a Mini Cooper.
Yep. I've seen male Jeeps,
on half-ton axles,
old male Jeeps, new male Jeeps. Yep. I mean, that's just,
it's endless
possibilities.
If you got metal to put stuff against,
and you're gonna learn, you're gonna fuck stuff up and do it.
Yep. Yeah. So I'd just say, I would literally just say whatever you can find that has four-wheel drive. XJ or KJ, whichever you can find cheapest.
Okay.
I know people are gonna
I don't
harsh me for the KJ, but dude, it works so well. It already has a cable shifter, it's creature comfort.
It's got desirable features, and you can go four-wheeling for cheap. That's all.
And if you put a locker in the back,
done.
Oh yeah,
yep,
it's going down.
You're gonna be learning how to wheel.
At least you're gonna be out there.
Key. Yep. Mm-hmm. If I had to pick one, my thing would be, and I'm very anti-Jeep in the sense that it's easy, but I mean it's not. But I like to be difficult and spend more money. I have to think that any kind of I don't want to put this Jeep platform, but any kind of Jeep platform, aftermarket support's great. Entry level all the way to full tube chassis. You can buy a full tube chassis for a YJ and swap your running gear in a weekend.
Oh yeah. That'd be awesome.
So you know what I mean? The options from I want to buy a 2-inch body lift from a YJ to a full tube chassis. There's everything for any kind of Jeep platform.
I didn't even think about that. You could buy the XJ.
Yeah.
And then you decide that you want to do hardcore rock crawling, but your shit box that you bought for dirt cheap has got rusted out floorboards. You could save you a little bit of coin, because now you like the hobby.
Yeah, you know you're in it.
You save a little coin and order a rock lizard.
Yep.
Get a few of your friends from your off-road club, because I'm going to guarantee you they are mechanically inclined.
Mm-hmm.
Get a few buddies together that you have now made and swap everything out of the XJ into the rock lizard.
Yeah.
And you just went from having a
tight budget entry rig to a badass crawler.
To a tight budget badass buggy.
Yep.
Just overnight.
Yeah. For a couple $1,000. I mean, we're probably talking a few $1,000.
Yeah, you're talking probably $6,000.
Yeah.
I don't know. Depends on how big of tires you want to go.
The problem is your budget's unlimited.
Can you imagine
what kind of seats you want? You want junkyard car seats, or you want suspension seats? You want, you know what I mean? Like, you can go mild or wild.
But can you imagine you order that buggy up and you get it in there? Yeah, and you just throw whatever seats in there and throw the seats out of the XJ in there, whatever.
Exactly. Yep.
You just swap everything over and you stay on 33s.
Yeah.
Dude. It'd be gnarly.
Options are out there.
Sign me up.
So I'd have to.
Now.
That's the
now
worst part.
Do it.
You caught me on record saying I would buy a Jeep platform.
It's because it's hard for the money to beat it.
Yeah,
you can't.
At least get your feet wet.
You can go get a ZJ for sub $1,000 all day long because everybody bought them up and they got trashed. No big deal. You go buy it up and you go wheel it.
Here's the best part. You go buy any Jeep platform for, say, $1,000. Mm-hmm. You could probably go wheel it for a couple of years and sell it for $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
No problems.
It's a true story.
It almost adds value if you wheel a little bit with it. You know what I mean?
This one's proven.
Yeah. Once you start getting to that couple $1,000 rig, you're not talking about having a problem unloading that either.
No.
They're out there. We've done it. We can go buy one.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I like it. Buy it.
You want to wrap this one up?
Yep.
Okay. You guys know the drill. Go check us out on YouTube, Total Off-Road Podcast. Go check us out on Facebook, on that Total Off-Road Podcast. We have a page over there. If you're still listening, then go sign up for our exclusive Trail Riders page. There's 2 questions in there. Make sure you answer them. Otherwise, Ian will delete you.
I only deleted one guy.
But it's because he didn't answer the questions.
I felt very powerful. I'm not going to lie. It was a little scary. I was just check my phone. Oh, look, new membership request. No questions. Wasn't referred by anyone. Decline. And then I went, man, I probably should have just been it's okay.
Add him into the group.
Yeah. No, but you know what?
It's for the trail riders. It's for the hardcores.
I will not.
He'll be back.
I don't want to lie because I think this is great. Every time I read those and there's a comical, if somebody puts, because
your ornament,
what's the dime piece buggy? It's rock crawler. And what's every episode? Lucky. And I'm yeah, okay, whatever. You're in the club, right? Dude, there's some awesome shit that I will literally laugh out loud at. And I'm that's fucking awesome.
There's some good ones in there.
I love it.
I screenshot them all.
I enjoy it.
So I have them all. We can read them down the road.
Yep.
So that's what you need to do. Total Off-Road Podcast Trail Riders on Facebook. Go get in there. Join the group. Check us out on Instagram, total_offroad_podcast. Check out my personal page at low_KEE_XJ. Check out Ian at offroad_Ian. Those are all on Instagram. Check out Didn't even do it. Outlaw Offroad Racing.
Check it
out. Crawler Off-Road. Don't forget, discount code TOP10 gets you 10% off everything but their kick-ass American-made kinetic ropes, because they come in a billion colors and they're already given to you for next to nothing. So go get some of those. And I did check with Rick, and the new Savior lights and the new winch covers are on that list.
Damn it. Dude, literally in this time that this podcast has been around, my shopping cart has quadrupled.
Yes.
On crawler. It went from a couple soft shackles to now we're up to 2 winch ropes, 2 fairleads, a kinetic rope. I need 2 winch covers. Yeah. I need at least I'm going to order some of these lights this week, I think.
Okay.
And I'm damn it.
He just told me that he has a damn near bikini blue kinetic rope. So I'm going to order that.
Blue. I might pay him to burn the damn thing.
He'll get you an orange one. Don't you worry about it.
Bastards.
All right, guys. We appreciate you sticking around this long. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and we'll catch you on the trail.